is time. It is time to brew your best beer. The 2015 Sjporr Challenge is brought to you by the Grainbill Homebrew Supply, located in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Brewers Exchange, operating in the U.S. and Canada. Finney's Homebrew Emporium, located in Bishopdale, Christchurch, New Zealand. And Omega Yeast, located in Chicago, Illinois.
Alrighty, so here I am with 693-096-194. It is a pumpkin ale. And as you can see, this is what it looks like now after I've let it sit for actually almost an hour. It actually looked like this when I opened it. So this is what I mean when I say it's a smidged overcarbed. I poured this bad boy as gently as I could, and it just... In fact, when I opened it, it started to rush. It was almost a bottle bomb. But the only thing I have to do is just let it sit and wait out, and then I can do a review. So I guess in the meantime, I can do another review. Alright, so as you can see, it was a wild, untamed beast in the beginning. But now that it's calmed down, I can kind of really go in and give it a better review. So really pick up on the cinnamon, tons of cinnamon, which, you know, depending on if you like it or not, it's good. I am a big fan of cinnamon. My wife puts cinnamon on friggin' everything, so I've kind of really grown a taste for cinnamon. Get a ton of cinnamon. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm picking up a bit of a burnt cinnamon. I don't know when you put the cinnamon in. Personally, I've made pumpkin beers before, and I've used pumpkin spice, I've used cinnamon straight up, I've used like that pumpkin spice mix, which is cinnamon and clove. I really don't get a lot of clove in this, just the cinnamon, but what I was trying to say is that you have to be careful when using cinnamon. If you put it in too early, it'll just be overpowered and burnt. I want to say this wasn't put in too early, probably right at the cusp of that though, because I get a bit of a burnt cinnamon taste. So let's go in for it. So I've had to wait for it to chill down because it was crazy overcarved in the beginning. Now that it's a little bit mellower, it is a thin beer. For the style, that's not horrible. It is on the lighter end, but it's not as bad as like a thin stout. That's not the best. It's a little thin. I don't get a ton of malt. There's very little malt taste to it. Really just that cinnamon is overpowering. The wife loves cinnamon, so she actually really digs this beer. Me, I want a little bit more malt to it, and maybe a little more pumpkin meat. I don't know how much pumpkin you added. I normally do 5 to 7 of those big like Libby's pumpkins when I make mine. I think the pumpkin adds like a really good texture to the beer, and this is just a little on the thin side. Clarity-wise, though, it's actually pretty darn clear. I can see my finger through it, the shadow at least of my finger, not like crystal clear. I couldn't read something through it. So, you know, it looks great now that it's calmed down. It looks really good. Has that perfect, as you can see, has that perfect brown color. You can kind of see a little bit through there. It looks great. Looks beautiful. Smells pretty good, minus a little bit too much cinnamon. Or not too much cinnamon, just burnt cinnamon. But yeah, just wish it had more malt. But other than that, I'm really digging this beer. I could definitely pound a couple of these on a perfect fall day like today. So thank you very much for the comp. I'm gonna go score this off and enjoy one more, and I'm done. Cheers, everybody.